Ladies and gentlemen and members of the Estacada School District community, my name is Ryan Carpenter and I proudly serve the Estacada Executive Board of Directors as its superintendent. On behalf of the board, it is my great pleasure to address you today to discuss the progress and future directions of the Estacada School District through our 90-day strategic plan improvement cycle. Our commitment to excellence is unwavering, and I am proud to share how we use an evidence-based leadership framework to ensure accountability and continuous improvement within our great school district. At the heart of our strategy is the evidence-based leadership framework, a robust model that empowers us to hold ourselves accountable to doing what we said we would do. Central to this framework is our scorecard, a tool that allows us to evaluate our trajectory towards fulfilling the mission, vision, and values outlined in our strategic plan, developed in collaboration with the dedicated citizens of the Estacada School District. Our mission is to equip all students with the knowledge and skills necessary to be resourceful and successful. And through continuous improvement, our vision is to empower tomorrow's leaders today. And our values is to inspire, engage, and achieve. The 5 pillars of our strategic plan is successful students, people and culture, engaged families, safety and operational services, and sustainable and accountable finances. The Estacada School District has also an established standards of excellence that all employees hold themselves accountable for, and that is collaboration, respect, consistency, innovation, empathy, and perseverance. We rely on improvement science methodology to measure what matters most, and this means that we are not just collecting data for the sake of it, we are using this data to make systemic and organizational adjustments. Our goal is clear: to make Estacada Schools a great place for students to learn, for teachers to teach, for employees to work, and for parents to send their children. I am thrilled to highlight and celebrate our scorecard celebrating the completion of year 1 of our new 5-year strategic plan. This scorecard reflects multiple benchmarks that Estacada Schools has achieved this year. First and foremost, we are proud of our high employee and parent satisfaction scores, which hit our goal benchmarks for meaningful movement. These metrics are crucial as they reflect the trust and confidence that our staff and families have in our great school district. I also want to share some specific results with you as a result of our innovative approaches in the Estacada School District. First, as you know, 2 years ago, our district made a bold move to reduce our school week to 4 regular school days, and we incorporated an intervention and enrichment read day to close student learning gaps and allow teachers to make instructional adjustments based on student learning data. We are also one of the first school districts in the country to implement a May break, allowing students and employees an additional week to unplug and remain fresh to finish the school year strong. Our school district used global research, national data, and local voice to make this bold decision, and I am happy to announce today that these fundamental educational foundational changes has led to increased test scores, increased student attendance and participation, and increased employee attendance, ensuring that your child is placed in front of their everyday classroom teacher and support staff more often, correlating to increased learning results. I am so happy to see the data trends responding positively to our change agents and strategies. Now, as you look at this scorecard, you will also see student achievement scores were down from this year to last year. Now, you might say, "Hey, Ryan, I thought you said scores were improving." Yes, they are. Our students' national and state test scores improved significantly. But in the past 2 years, a major gap has existed between the student scores in the grade book in correlation to their test scores. We were seeing high levels of grade level achievement in our grade books while seeing diminishing scores on our state testing. This year, our organization worked extremely hard to ensure that our student learning outcomes were more realistic with grade level standards. To put it in simpler terms, we wanted to eliminate the potentiality of grade inflation. So we are actually celebrating these results as we are excited to see our student outcome scores more accurately reflecting test score data. Today, our test scores are improving and our teachers' assessments are more accurately reflecting student learning. This precision in the classroom enables our teachers to make more targeted adjustments, helping all students learn at grade levels. Our parent satisfaction score is also the highest ever recorded. This is a testament to the hard work and dedication of our staff and the supportive community that we have built. We are proud to be a school district that you choose to send your children to. To model what right looks like and to hold ourselves accountable, each building and department leader will now share their respective outcomes in relationship to our continuous improvement strategies enacted this year. While you will see many things to celebrate, we are also committed to transparently sharing areas that require immediate improvement. We are introducing new strategies to address the systems yielding the weakest results. So in closing, I wanted to express my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who contributes to the success of the Estacada School District. Your support, dedication, and hard work make all the difference. The Estacada School District has never been better, and together we will continue to strive for excellence. Thank you, and enjoy this 90-day continuous improvement cycle rollout by the Estacada School District.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Berman, Director of Teaching and Learning.
Hi, I'm Jason Hobson. I'm the Director of Student Services for the Estacada School District. Together, we lead the Successful Students Pillar for the district.
For the Successful Students Pillar, it is made up of two parts. We have our readiness indicators, which covers our essential learning standards, attendance, and missing work. And then we have our student experience survey. A major part of our Successful Students Pillar is looking at our readiness indicator dashboard weekly. We track ELS proficiency, we track missing work, and attendance. Our goal is 100% of students will be 80% proficient in their ELSs. We want students at school more than 80% of the time, and we want 100% of work completed. With that, at our last checkpoint, which was May 28th, we still have a few weeks of school to go, but we track it, and this is where we're at right now. For our ELSs, we're at 51% of our students are 80% or more proficient in their ELSs. For work completion, we have 81% of our students completing most of their work. And then for attendance, we're at 91%. Now I'm going to talk about our wins and successes in this pillar that pertains to our readiness indicators. So a huge win that we have is just our data story. We have hardwired looking at data every single week, tracking what's important, following up with students that aren't successful in the things that we're measuring. And we've done a really good job of getting those systems in place. And we've done an even better job this year of making sure it's good data, like it's entered properly. We're all aligned in what we're entering so that we can look at the same thing and be able to tell that story of where we're at, what we need to do. And that's a huge win for us. We've also been able to add the traits of a successful learner, K-12, to our report card. So again, it's another data point that we're looking at K-12 to support our students. And are they being successful learners outside of are they proficient? But are they turning in work? Are they being responsible? Are they being kind and respectful to others? That's really important to us. And we've been able to align that K-12 this year. So just our data story overall, we've made some good moves to make sure that we're looking at accurate data that's telling us a true story of where we're at so that we can make really good decisions on what to do next with that. Another win that we have is our attendance. Our attendance rates right now, we're about 92%. and our state average is actually 64%. That's a huge difference. And I think part of that, again, is K-12. We're putting systems into place. We have attendance teams looking at data. The dashboard has allowed us to look at it by student and really figure out what are the barriers that are keeping students out of school and what can we do to support students so they can be at school when they're healthy and ready to go so they can learn. Another big piece that's a win is our collaboration. We have done 8 continuous improvement walkthroughs this year, which is K-12 and us looking at our continuous improvement work. Majority of our teachers have participated in that in one way of being an observer or being observed. We've done 3 collaborative walks at the elementary level, and we're going to be adding more of that and adding some other contents as well. So just that collaboration and hearing from teachers that that's really good professional development for them, which has made us want to add some more pieces. We hosted Destination High Performance for the 2nd year in a row with over 200 educators. We have a great coaching team that are aligned. Our admin team meets weekly and they're aligned in their work. We have PLC teams doing their work. Just a lot of collaboration. Everything we do is a collaborative team and it's coming together, all of us working together to improve what we're doing. We also have some big opportunities that are really important to the work that we're doing. A big one is just building that classroom culture and making sure those social emotional skills are being supported and we are doing what we need to make that connection with students. And so we're going to take what worked really well, which was our attendance team, and add that connection piece. How many of our students are connected to school or to an adult? And what can we do to make sure that they have someone they can go to if they're struggling, and just really strengthen that relationship and connection piece between our students and our teachers and our classroom cultures that are happening. So that's one big opportunity we're looking forward to jumping into. The second one, as you saw in our data results, our essential learning standard proficiency is at about 50% right now. We still have some school left to go and we're hoping to increase that, but our goal is 100%. So that's a pretty big gap that we still need to do a lot of work on. We need to figure out what are our barriers, what are some things that we need to do to strengthen literacy, writing, math throughout content areas, and just what can we do to improve daily instruction so we can make sure that all of our kids are meeting that proficiency goal of 100%. And we've got a ways to go and some work to do, and we're not going to stop until every student gets what they need to be successful. So next steps for this pillar and this area is that we are going to put together a behavior framework to support those relationships and connections for students K-12. We've already started that work K-5, and now 6-12, we're going to continue to focus on what we can do to support those connections and just practice those high yield teaching strategies and make sure our core instruction has what it needs for all our students to be successful.
The Student Experience Survey provides students the opportunity to share their experience at school each and every day. I want to take a moment to discuss the results of our Student Experience Survey across all grade levels, elementary, middle school, and high school. Overall, our scores this year have declined slightly over the course of the school year, going from a 3.86 to 3.79. While this decline is concerning, there are some positive trends we should celebrate as well. One of our wins is that students across all levels still believe that learning is important. This shows that our efforts to foster a love for education is working. Additionally, students consistently enjoy specials such as art, music, and physical education. And importantly, they feel that their families are treated with respect by our school community. However, there are areas where we can improve. One major opportunity lies in promoting respect among students towards each other. This includes fostering an environment of empathy and an understanding. We want every student to feel valued and respected within our school community. Another area we need to address is students' desire to come to school. It's crucial that our school is seen as a welcoming and engaging environment where students feel excited to learn and grow every day. Lastly, we need to take steps to improve the cleanliness of our schools. A clean environment is not only essential for health and safety, but also contributes to a positive learning atmosphere. As a district leader in this work, we will continue to work on the areas that need improvement by supporting building teams in their efforts to improve student culture, strengthening our multi-tiered systems of support, and strengthening our social-emotional learning opportunities, K-12.
Hi, I'm Kelly Hayes.
And I'm Lisa Akins, and we're proud to have been able to serve our district for a combination of almost 30 years.
We've had the privilege of being a part of the Estacada Schools' continuous improvement journey and to see the alignment of all pillars grow, especially within the people and culture pillar.
Our people and culture are essential to creating a top-tier educational environment for all students and staff.
Through rounding and our biannual surveys, we're able to collect feedback and voices from each and every employee.
Today, we'll share a brief summary of our latest data from our roundings and employee experience survey results.
The goal of this work is to cultivate collaboration, productivity, and satisfaction among our employees through open communication, focusing on employee strengths and continued professional growth for the success of our students. We continue to maintain strong employee participation because our staff are seeing the value in the surveys and know that we take action based on this data. This feedback helps us to ensure an optimal work environment for all. This spring, 86% of our staff participated in the survey, offering valuable feedback. Our overall score increased by 0.04 from the fall, reaching a 4.08 out of 5. In this survey, we received overwhelmingly positive feedback from our staff. Let's take a moment to celebrate and highlight some of the key themes from their comments. Across departments, at all levels, there's a strong culture of collaboration and support. This is evident in the statements about teamwork, open communication, and a willingness to help one another. We've heard in both roundings and within the survey that employees feel valued, respected, and empowered to contribute their ideas, fostering a sense of unity in working towards common goals. Clear expectations and goals are in place, promoting growth and support for teachers and classroom staff, ultimately benefiting our students' learning. In this recent survey, employees rated their agreement that they see progress in creating a culture of success for employees and those we serve a 4.04 out of 5. Employees rated their agreement that they work in an organization where ideas are regularly shared and exchanged a 4.21 out of 5. Another highlight is our focus on student success and improvement. A prominent theme is our commitment to student success and continuous improvement. Teachers and staff meet students' needs through data analysis, intervention programs, and aligned practices, reflecting a student-centered approach and true staff alignment. Strong teacher collaboration and increased rigor have led to positive student outcomes. The 4-day student week with Read Day Fridays has proven successful. Our professional learning communities run smoothly, fostering a positive culture. Our staff reported that their work positively impacts those they serve, scoring 4.56 out of 5, which is our highest score on this question to date. This third theme represents our positive organizational culture and leadership. Employees appreciate the positive culture fostered by leadership, characterized by transparent communication, professional development support, achievement recognition, and an open door policy. Leaders are seen as approachable and genuinely concerned about staff well-being. Effective communication and feedback through rounding and team meetings lead to system improvements and support, and collaboration among staff focus on student success. In our recent survey, employees related their belief in leaders' genuine concern of their welfare at 4.2 out of 5. It's exciting to see the culture remains positive and collaborative in each building and department. With clear expectations, supportive culture, and a continued focus on student learning, there is a lot to celebrate.
Along with our successes in communication, there also remains a critical need to enhance or establish new channels between leaders and staff. Clear expectations and timely information are essential to ensuring everyone is on the same page. By prioritizing specific training opportunities, we will be ensuring staff are receiving the support they need to continue to grow and to be successful in their daily work. Our second opportunity is resource allocation and support services. This theme highlights the pressing need for increased resources and staffing to support students with complex needs, including responsive staffing levels with our paraeducators and specialized training for all. Collaborating with district administrators is essential to prioritize resource allocation, address growing caseloads, and ensure adequate support within the learning environment for all students and staff. We appreciate receiving feedback from our staff, and by identifying these areas of concerns and implementing targeted strategies for improvement, we can create a more positive and supportive school environment for both staff and students. Now let's look at our next steps. We plan to develop targeted strategies for improvement through data and open two-way communication. In our upcoming improvement cycle, we will support leaders in enhancing evaluations through clear communication, setting expectations, and providing feedback. We will strengthen rounding to gather feedback and ideas for professional development and develop specialized training to empower individuals to achieve their full potential. These efforts aim to create a supportive environment where everyone contributes to the success of students and staff.
In closing, we want to express our sincere appreciation to all staff who took the survey for believing that their voice would be heard and for your dedication and alignment in this work.
And to our leaders for their relentless dedication and passion in improving the culture and employee experience at Estacada Schools.
Your efforts are pivotal in making our people and culture pillar exemplary in today's educational settings.
Thank you for your ongoing commitment to excellence in creating a supportive environment where everybody can flourish.
Hello, my name is Maggie Kelly, and I have the honor of serving as the Director of Communications for the Estacada School District. Today, I'll be sharing some of the wins, opportunities, and next steps that we will be taking to continue to improve our performance in our engaged families and community pillar of our strategic plan. To start, I'd like to share a key piece of summative data, and that is the results of our Parent and Caregiver Experience Survey. I'm excited to announce that we achieved a record high score of 4.1 out of 5 on our most recent survey. We are proud to reach these new heights. Any score above 4 is something to celebrate, but we will continue to strive to achieve a 4.5 or higher over time. As we experience this new high score, there are a few noteworthy wins that we would like to call attention to. Alongside a record-breaking score, we also had record-breaking participation in the survey, with almost 550 participants. We're pleased to see this metric grow because it is vitally important to us that we receive the feedback of as many families as possible. Another great win is that the 2 survey questions that have historically been our lowest experienced tremendous growth over the past 90 days. This is an indication that the action plans that our schools and departments put in place to address these areas of weakness were effective. Those 2 areas were, I regularly receive feedback from school staff on how well my child is learning, which went from a 3.39 to a 3.92, and I received positive phone calls, emails, or notes about my child from the school, which started at 3.25 and grew to a 3.78. This growth was made possible through the efforts of our staff who intentionally send postcards to families and made phone calls to recognize student behavior. These actions led to families feeling more connected to their child's school and classroom. Another win was a strong sentiment that communication is a strength of the school district and individual schools. Good communication and regular progress updates were mentioned in more than 30% of the comments made by our families in the survey. Now I'll shift to our areas of opportunities for improvement. We will work as a team to build action plans to strengthen and improve these specific areas that you have told us need additional work. One great thing about these surveys is that it gives us the opportunity to focus very specifically and intentionally on the things that our parents and community is telling us are not working for them. One area in particular that we will be focusing on next school year with intensity is the statement, "I believe school rules are enforced consistently at this school." Our district and buildings will be working to improve both family awareness and understanding of our discipline procedures, as well as work on ensuring that these procedures are applied with consistency to improve school safety, culture, and student behavior. Another area that we will continue to work on is continuing to grow our survey participation. While we received record participation, we will continue to explore creative and new methods of outreach to engage more families and the broader community. Lastly, our next steps will be to continue the action plans that are working, such as our steps to provide positive communication and updates on how children are learning. Our improving data in these areas show that these strategies are working. We will also focus on addressing concerns and awareness around school rule and discipline procedures. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to partnering with families and the broader community closely over the upcoming 90 days and the upcoming school year.
Hi, I'm Mike Ware, Executive Director of Operations for the Estacada School District. I lead the Safety and Operations Services pillar in the district, and today I'm pleased to provide the community with an update on our progress based on our spring surveys. Our pillar's focus is on delivering service excellence and supporting student success while maximizing our community assets and resources, ensuring our facilities meet the needs of today's learners. First, I would like to highlight the short quote at the top of this page. What we measure, we value. This statement resonates with me because it reminds me, as a leader, to focus on measuring only the actions that truly create outcomes. In the past, I've been guilty of measuring too many actions that neither align with our overall mission nor drive meaningful change. This quote guides me to ensure we measure the right actions. Now I'd like to review the spring survey data and then provide a 3-2-1 report. As a district, we strive consistently to provide service excellence with a people-first approach. Over the last 5 years, our dedication to this approach is evident in the data presented on this slide. First, I'd like to focus on the data from this year. Our overall mean score was a 4.42 for the district. And as you can see in the graphs above, in each category of district services, we're over that 4.3 mark. In our world, in evidence-based leadership and continuous improvement, any score over a 4.3 is a success and something to celebrate as a win. So this is very exciting for our district as we continue to maintain that service excellence and people-first approach. At the bottom of the slide, the top box percentage highlights the surveys that were scored a 5 out of 5. And as you can see, they're all over that 50% or well over 50%. Another win for us to celebrate as a district and as a leadership group. What's interesting over here on the bottom right of our slides is the fall survey scores over the last 5 years. As you can see that we've been trending upward in the right trajectory, but normally what we see is in the spring, our score is higher in the fall. We have an opportunity here where we see the spring score this year is lower than it was in the fall. And this is a great opportunity for us to review that data, watch it, and see if we find any trends moving forward in the next school year. Part of the 3-2-1 report is highlighting wins out of our spring surveys. What you see on our slide here are the 3 wins that came out of the survey for this spring. Strong leadership and supportive team. Leadership is frequently described as available, proactive, and strong, fostering a team-oriented environment. Responsive and efficient service. Multiple departments are recognized for their responsiveness and efficiency. Work environment and culture. Teams and departments work well under pressure, providing excellent customer service and maintaining a positive solution-focused approach. Even with all the success, there are opportunities for improvement from this survey. We have 2 opportunities that we identified in themes from the spring surveys. Timeliness. There are opportunities to address timeliness and/or responses to action items. Inconsistency. Inconsistent services can affect the overall perception of the department's reliability. Now, there's been some great data to celebrate overall in this spring, but there's some opportunities for some next steps. One main next step that I plan on taking is maintain and collaborate. There are opportunities to strengthen our systems to provide consistent and timely service. Working with our leaders over the summer, moving into the fall, those will be a focus for us going into the next school year. And to conclude my presentation, I'd like to end with these 2 quotes. These quotes emphasize the critical role at service excellence. It begins with leaders who set the tone and create the culture of outstanding service. Ultimately, however, it's everyone's responsibility to serve with kindness, empathy, and respect. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Christina Irish, the Director of Finance. I am going to share the spring results for the Sustainable Accountable Finance pillar. You can see on the first chart that our results for the employee engagement survey question, I felt that organization level resources are allocated to maximize effectiveness across the organization, went up by 0.10 from the fall score. It is interesting to note that our spring survey results tend to be higher. In the future, we might want to do some communication about district resources at the start of school year to maintain the positive trend. However, you can see our business department scores are lower than they have been in the past. This presents a great opportunity for us to identify and address the specific challenges that our customers are facing. By understanding these issues in depth, we can develop targeted strategies to improve the scores and overall satisfaction. Next, I would like to share some significant wins we have experienced recently. We achieved recognition by winning 2 prestigious financial awards for our 2021-22 and our 2022-23 Annual Comprehensive Financial Report. These awards affirm our commitment to excellence in financial reporting and transparency. They highlight our dedication to maintaining the highest standards in our financial practices and our efforts to present clear, accurate, and comprehensive financial information to all our stakeholders. This achievement not only enhances our reputation, but also builds trust and confidence in our financial management. To provide top-tier customer service, we introduced a finance help desk ticketing system. Implemented in January, this system significantly improved our ability to respond and resolve inquiries and issues promptly. Since its launch, we have successfully closed 197 tickets with an impressive average response time of 1.5 days. This system ensures that our staff and stakeholders receive timely and effective support, enhancing overall satisfaction and efficiency within our financial operations. To simplify complex processes and tasks, we developed a series of instructional how-to videos. These videos provided users with step-by-step guidance, making it easier for them to navigate and complete various financial procedures. By leveraging visual and accessible content, we aim to empower the users with knowledge and confidence they need to manage their financial responsibilities effectively. These wins demonstrate our ongoing commitment to innovation, excellence, and customer service in our financial practices. We are proud of these achievements and look forward to building on this momentum as we continue to enhance our financial operations and support our community. There are 2 opportunities that stand out. 1, we will continue to utilize district resources efficiently. By strategically managing and allocating our district resources, we aim to meet the diverse needs of our students, staff, and aging facilities. This involves careful planning and monitoring that ensures that resources are used in the most effective manner and a supportive and conducive environment for both learning and working. It also involves continuing to apply for grants that would support our goals. We will also continue to improve to achieve zero audit findings. Maintaining compliance and operational excellence is crucial for the integrity and efficiency of our operations. To achieve zero audit findings, we need to implement robust internal controls, conduct regular reviews of our processes, and ensure that all financial and operational activities adhere to established regulations and standards. This continuous improvement process includes training staff on compliance requirements, updating our policies and procedures to best reflect best practices, and leveraging technology to streamline operations. By fostering a culture of accountability and excellence, we can minimize risk, enhance transparency, and ensure that our district remains in good standing with auditors and stakeholders. For our next steps, we will focus on 2 main areas: exploring alternative revenues. To ensure that our financial stability and growth of our district, we will continue to investigate and develop new revenue streams. This could involve applying for grants, trying for a bond, and partnering with local businesses. By diversifying our revenue resources, we can reduce our reliance on traditional funding mechanisms and create a more resilient financial foundation that can better support our growth and facilities. The second is supporting leaders, workflows, procedures, and sharing of district's finance story. We recognize the importance of empowering our leaders with the tools and knowledge they need to effectively manage their budgets and resources. To this end, we will enhance our supports for leaders by developing comprehensive workflows and procedures that streamline financial operations and decision-making processes. Providing clear guidelines and training sessions will help ensure consistency and efficiency across the district. Moreover, we will prioritize transparency by sharing the district's finance story. This involves regular communicating of our financial goals, achievements, and challenges to all stakeholders, fostering a culture of openness and trust. By making financial information accessible and understandable, we can engage our community in meaningful ways and build collective support for all initiatives. Thank you.
Today, I'm excited to speak with our high school community about our 90-day improvement cycle rollout. This rollout represents a journey for the high school, a journey that I am proud to share, that includes successes and opportunities for celebration, as well as opportunities to learn, grow, and improve. In the Estacada School District, we talk about failing forward and the gift that data collection represents as a vehicle for reflection, adjustment, and change to better serve our students and the entire Estacada community. We must focus on continuing to do what is working, and we must also adapt and change when necessary. On the screen now, you see a snapshot of my scorecard. The red squares to the right indicate areas where our leadership action plan for this year did not meet benchmark goals. As you can see, we have several opportunities for improvement. First, let me highlight some wins. Our first pillar is a successful students pillar, and as of last Monday, 178 students were below 80% in meeting their essential learning standards. This represents an improvement from a high of 263 students not meeting earlier in the school year. Although improvement is still needed, we are on the right track, and that is great to see. As we unpack the spring survey results, other wins include the students reporting that they believe their learning is important to them in Estacada High School, they enjoy their elective classes, and believe their teachers care about them. Next year, we will build on these successes by continuing to focus on teaching and learning in the classroom, further developing our elective options and especially our CTE offerings, as well as emphasizing our teachers' rounding experience with students to build strong supportive relationships. Moving to the staff survey, wins include staff having a clear understanding of their expectations as an employee, having a clear understanding of the mission and goals of the Estacada School District, and believing that their work positively impacts the students they serve. These are impressive indicators that demonstrate an alignment across our school to support our core values. Parents reported that teachers, staff, and administrators demonstrate a genuine concern for their child, believe that their child has the necessary classroom supplies and equipment for effective learning, and are treated with respect at the school. This is great to hear, and I look forward to continuing to partner with our parents to offer best-in-class education. With wins and celebrations also come opportunities for improvement, and the spring survey result offers several areas for growth. The students reported in their two lowest scores that they do not like going to school each day, and that other students are not nice or show respect to each other at the school. These two questions show concerns that Estacada High School has struggled with in the past and continues to be areas of challenge for us. Some staff concerns include not feeling supported in balancing their work responsibilities and having the opportunity to provide input on decisions that affect their job. These responses likewise continue to be a challenge, and we are working with the leadership team and the entire staff to improve these outcomes. Finally, parents' two lowest survey results were in receiving positive phone calls, emails, or notes about their child from the school, and believing that school rules are enforced consistently at the school. For more on next steps for improvement, I would like to introduce Leah Rydell, our Estacada High School Assistant Principal.
Thank you, Ryan. As Ryan said, my name is Leah Rydell, and I'm honored to serve as Vice Principal at Estacada High School. As Ryan shared, there are several areas of strength and opportunity here at EHS. Some next steps we are working on to improve the student experience here are to continue to develop our electives and CTE classes, Emphasize Ranger pride in every classroom with clear and consistent messaging for behavior expectations. To address our parent survey, we will communicate about our school grading systems and work to remove any technological barriers for parents to access grades and progress reports. We will also implement a new behavior tracking system that will systematize record keeping and communication. Finally, to support staff, we will continue to develop communication avenues between the school leadership team and staff and remain mindful of staff time and responsibilities by prioritizing and increasing efficiency of our meetings. We're grateful for this feedback, and we are looking forward to continuing to improve next year.
Hi, I'm Corinne Johnson, the principal at Rivermill Elementary.
And I'm Trevor Searing, the vice principal at Rivermill Elementary.
We're excited to present to you today our scorecard for this school year, and it's one that we're quite proud of. And a couple particular areas that we want to highlight are related to our people and culture, our employee experience. Our score went up from a 4.05 to a 4.25, so we exceeded our goal there. And in addition, another great win for us is related to our engaged families and community. Our parent satisfaction survey is the highest it's ever been with a score of 4.32. So overall, we want to continue to focus on student success, get our students the skills that they need. But on the whole, our average score, we were able to meet our goals for this school year.
We have several wins that we'd like to celebrate because we love celebrating at Rivermill Elementary. And starting with students, the number one thing was that they say they enjoy specials or electives, and that was a 4.57 out of 5, and that is music, library, and PE. The students also said that they believe their principal is a good leader at 4.53. And finally, the students said, I believe my teachers care about me and learning is important at my school at a 4.51. When we look at staff and celebrate the staff and the wins there, staff said that they have a clear understanding of the mission and goals of their organization at a 4.67. They also believe that their work positively impacts those they serve at a 4.62, and that's our hope for every single day. And finally, the staff said that they feel a sense of pride when they tell people where they work at a 4.50. When we look at our parent survey, parents said that I am treated with respect at this school at a 4.50. They also said they believe that the teachers, staff, and administration at this school demonstrate a genuine concern for their child, a 4.43. And finally, the parents said that they are proud to say that they have a child at this school, again at a 4.43.
Okay, we take a moment to honor our wins and celebrations, but we're never satisfied. We're always looking ahead to how we can continue to improve. So with that, we want to share our opportunities as we look ahead for the remainder of this school year and next school year. So our students have reported from their surveys that an area to continue to focus on is students being nice and showing respect to one another at our school. In addition, we want to be able to encourage our students to want to come to school each day because right now they're telling us that that is not their favorite thing to do. Our staff, they are telling us that from their feedback that they want to hear more from us related to both their strengths and concerning areas for improving their performance. So we are grateful that we have a staff that care and want to continue to develop so they can best serve our students and families. And lastly, our parents, through their feedback, they want to be able to know that school rules are enforced consistently at our school and that at times they may not believe that school administration make decisions that are in the best interest of children and families. So we want to be able to better understand and dive a little bit deeper into that to be able to understand where that comes from.
And speaking of diving deeper, we're going to look at the next steps, as Ms. Johnson said, what we will continue to do for this school year and next school year. So with our students, we want to strengthen the incorporation of Kelso wheel strategies, and that is in our classrooms as well as the playground. And this is where we identify if an issue that a student is having with another student is a big one or a small one and how to solve that.
We also want to utilize student leaders to model and assist with improvement initiatives. So whatever that looks like, we just want to involve some student leadership in helping us form Rivermill and continuing to be the best place to go to school at. With our staff, we want to highlight areas of strength and opportunities for them during those rounding sessions that we have. And our job and our goal is to provide them with consistent and timely feedback following observation or just walking through the classroom and what we see there. And finally, with our parents, we would really like to elicit some specific feedback from them during community events, such as family breakfast, bingo night maybe. That way we can better understand and explain the decisions that are affecting their child and their family. And finally, we just wanted to take the opportunity to say that we are looking forward to taking these next steps and utilizing the leverage of our students, staff, and parents. We also just want to say thank you to our students, staff, and parents for, again, making Rivermill such a wonderful school to be at. And as always, go Timbers!
Hi, I'm Sarah Shields. I'm the principal at Estacada Middle School, and I'm here to go through my 90-day rollout with you. Here's our data scorecard. There's obviously some places that we have grown and done some great things. And then there's always areas for opportunity. So let's get into it. As we've surveyed our students, our staff, and our parents, here are some of the wins that we really want to celebrate that have been happening at Estacada Middle School. Our students have told us that they enjoy their specials and electives. They believe that learning is important at our school, and they feel their family is treated nicely and with respect when they come into the school. Our staff have said that they believe that their work positively impacts those who we serve. They have a clear understanding of our mission, our goals, and our organization, and they have a clear understanding of what's expected of them as an employee. Our families and parents are saying that they're treated with respect as they come to our school. They also are saying that they believe our children have the necessary classroom supplies and equipment for effective learning, and that they feel comfortable approaching school administration. This is such welcoming feedback to have that homeschool connection. As we move forward, we also have areas of opportunity, places that we can always get better in. Our students told us that they don't feel like students are nice or show respect to each other at school. And they said they don't like going to school. Those are their lowest scores. Our staff said that we need to improve in the area of receiving feedback on their strengths as an employee and also receiving feedback concerning areas for improving their performance. Our parents and our families would like to receive positive phone calls about their child's progress. And then they also said that that there's a little bit of lacking in believing that school rules are enforced consistently at the school. So with that being said, we have some work to do, and I'm really excited because we've taken this feedback and we've looked at things we can do next year and things we've already put in place this school year. For next school year, some of our steps we're taking, we are adding some different electives. We want our kids to make sure that they are feeling safe at school and that they feel included. So we have added a student success TOSA. So excited for this position. It's one of our teachers, Miss Korst, is gonna move over from the PE department and come into our student success TOSA. This position is gonna lend her to have an opportunity to lead a leadership elective, a service learning elective, and then our new Tiger to Tiger peer mentoring, a way for our kids to connect with each other. We also get to have this student success TOSA along with our whole staff. We're gonna roll out our You Matter initiative. And what that is every staff member, our secretaries, our custodians, every single person, our paraeducators, every teacher in our building are gonna be in charge of a group of kids. And these kids are gonna be the kids that they check in with on a weekly basis to make sure that that child knows that they matter, they belong there, and we care about them. We will be there to help meet needs or maybe just give a high five because they did a great job on an assignment. Where the kid stands is where we will start. And so whatever a student needs, we will have an adult ally there to support them. Our hope is through this and through the leadership, we can start building the kindness, because middle school's hard. It's a crazy place to be as a middle school kid. And so we have to continue to help students grow of how they use their words and be friends and show friendship. And so we are so excited to add this position into our building next year. For staff, our staff really want more feedback. And so being more intentional about scheduling observations with our staff, and then also making sure that there's a system I've created to leave feedback for them so they can hear how their progress is doing daily. I could leave a million notes for these guys. Our whole staff is amazing, but it just takes time and being intentional. And so I need to be more intentional as a leader of leaving that feedback for my staff. And then finally, for our families, I'm really excited to roll this out. We have some dedicated time next year built into our schedule for all of our teachers and staff to reach out to students and families via postcards, phone calls. So we have some time built into our schedule next year that's new. But also, we really want to put it on the students, because the teachers don't hold the learning, the students hold the learning. So what we're going to do is through our Tiger trackers, every Monday morning we do these, the students will be sending an email to their parents explaining how they're doing in school. It'll be a template, so a student doesn't have to sit and stress over creating this email, but really letting parents know, this is how many missing assignments I have, this is where I'm landing on my proficiency, this is how I'm doing with my behavior, I have 0 referrals, some minors, whatever the case may be. And then also there'll be a place for students to have an opportunity to let parents know if I'm short on pencils, right on that form, they'll be able to click, I need to replenish my stock of supplies for school, or hey, I'm doing great. So it's going to be a constant weekly communication between students and parents, letting parents and families know how their child is doing in school without families having to go into Power School, because students are tracking this every day. And what's so important is they're in charge of their learning. So this is just one step of taking it and having students take ownership of that and have the pride in what they're doing. I also need to mention that in our 90-day rollout, we talk about essential learning standards. And right now, ours isn't looking too hot, I'll be honest to tell you. But what I can say is we are doing some amazing things to make that flip and make that switch. This year, we have our flex period, which is an intervention period. We adjusted that a little bit here and there and tweaked it. But for next school year, we are changing it completely. We are making sure we are meeting students where they're at and what they need, if that's an intervention or an extension. If you're an 8th grader and you're at 8th grade math or 8th grade reading, hey, let's get you to 9th or 10th grade. It doesn't mean that you just have to hang out. And then also, if you're below grade level, we want to make sure we're providing those supports to help you and get you in there. So we're rolling out a couple different programs. We're redesigning that time. And so it will allow us to make sure we are helping students where they're at, meeting the need of each and every child in our school. We are so looking forward to next school year. And I just want to thank everybody for your support as we continue to rock in the middle school. It's a great day to be a Tiger.
Hi, my name is Christina Anderson. I serve as principal at Clackamas River Elementary.
My name's James Wolf, and I'm the vice principal at Clackamas River Elementary School.
Today, we are excited to share with you what has been happening at Clackamas River in the last year. Big start for us is our data and scorecard. As you can see, we've had some great successes this year. We've also had some areas where we know we need to continue to focus in. As far as our continuous improvement, we did see scores grow, which is an exciting step for us. When we look at our performance improvement, we know the big area we want to continue working in is our student success. We are hoping that as numbers continue to come in and we continue to push our students to meet their essential learning standards, that number will grow by the end of the school year.
All right, let's talk about some wins. So first, we're going to start with students. I want to acknowledge and celebrate that we scored a 4.08 in our spring score. Now, we did see a dip, but we're still above 4, which is amazing. And students recognized 3 really important things. My principal is a good leader with a 4.56. Students also recognized I feel my family is treated nicely or with respect at my school with a 4.43. The third thing that they listed was learning is important at my school with a 4.41. So that's a huge celebration from our students. Our staff survey had a huge increase this spring. We are at a 4.09 for our mean score. They listed that I believe the work I do positively impacts those we serve with a 4.67. The second thing that they listed was I have a clear understanding of the mission and goals of my organization with a 4.58. We have a new top score this round. I feel a sense of pride when I tell people where I work with a 4.42. And our last one is I believe the leaders in my immediate work environment are generally concerned for my welfare with a 4.4. All right, now let's focus on our parents. When they took the survey this spring, they scored us at a 4.27 with our overall mean score. They listed us with 3 high focus areas, which was I believe the school is clean and well maintained with a 4.46. I feel comfortable approaching school administration with a 4.45. And the third one is I am treated with respect at the school with a 4.40.
Hey, along with those wins, we also know we have opportunities to continue growing. Our feedback from our students was that I feel students are nice or show respect from each other at my school took a decline this year. So we want to make sure that that is a focus for next year. Along with that, I like going to school each day. From our staff, we want to improve in the area of I feel that the organizational culture supports open and honest two-way communication. A second area is I receive feedback concerning areas for improving my performance. From our parents, we heard that they would like more on I believe school rules are enforced consistently at this school. And I receive positive phone calls, emails, or notes about my child from the school.
So now what? Here are our next steps. So as students, we're going to create a student committee organized to better understand and support student needs. We need to capture their voice and figure out how can we include them in this process of making positive change. The second thing that we're going to do with our students is continue to systematically focus on building relationships with struggling attenders. We're going to be focusing on increasing that attendance at our school.
As far as our parents, right now we have a system in place to make sure that our students are receiving positive postcards. We want to strengthen that system and make sure that every student knows exactly what they are doing well in our building. We want to continue to use written explanations of what our school communication is. We know when we sent home that survey earlier in the year with a written out explanation of all of our apps and programs, it helped your family feel like they had the feedback they needed. So we plan to adopt that and continue. We also heard you when you said that the digital format wasn't working for everyone. So we plan to provide paper copies of all surveys and important information that is sent home.
So for staff, we're going to be looking at reducing unnecessary changes during the start of the school year. When we hit fall, we often see a decrease in our score because of so many changes that are occurring. So we're going to be looking at what things do we not have to change immediately. Another piece that we're going to be looking at is leaving effective feedback after classroom visits through chat or written notes. We want to give you that positive feedback right away. The third thing that we're going to do is continue to survey staff to gather their voice and input on professional development and how can we continue to grow and improve.
Hey, thank you for taking the time to join us so we could walk through our 90-day rollout with you.
Hello from your teaching and learning team. Today we will begin with 3 wins. Our first win that we would like to share is the development of our coaching scope and sequence for continuous improvement practices in the classroom. Creating a roadmap to help keep our department focused and aligned. Our second win is that we saw significant growth throughout the year of the implementation of continuous improvement practices in the classroom. With the use of our coaching tool, we were able to provide feedback and support to teachers in their continuous improvement journey.
Our third win came after developing the scope and sequence and seeing the significant growth that our teachers were having in the classroom. we were able to confidently host and lead Destination High Performance, using rewarding stories from the classroom to show off what our educators are doing and how our students are growing.
District-wide, we have learned one of our opportunities for growth is implementing short cycles of improvement. A lot of our teachers are using the PDSA process in the classroom, which is great, but we want to make more of an impact on student learning. And we need to use our formative assessment data more often so that we know what instructional shifts and changes we need to make as teachers, but also help show our students where they're getting stuck and what strategies they can use to improve in their learning and moving forward. So that's an area we'll focus on moving forward.
Our second district-wide opportunity involves student voice through surveys that show our students value their connection with adults and rely heavily on these connections to see the value in our classroom-level continuous improvement. Our continued emphasis on building strong relationships with our students will help build their capacity to track their academic progress, set goals, and use cycles of improvement to improve their academic performance.
Our next steps are all about helping teachers progress in their continuous improvement journey as we strive to reach our goal of 100% of students being proficient in their ELSs. The way that we plan to do that is by helping teachers use continuous improvement strategies, specifically the SPDSA instructional framework. In feedback we have received, continuous improvement work is sometimes viewed as separate from the instruction taking place. To take our system to the next level, we will need to continue supporting teachers in understanding how improvement strategies can and should be seamlessly integrated into their daily teaching routines.
Hi, I'm Sarah Lawson. I'm the Transportation Coordinator for the Estacada School District. Today we get the opportunity to go through our LAP and what we've done in the last 90 days. I'm super excited to talk to you all about it. As you can see from our department scorecard, we have a lot to celebrate. The 3 pillars that we concentrated on were student success, people and culture, and safety and operational services. We have a lot of wins to talk about. In the first pillar, in student success through collaboration, we were able to mirror students' behavioral expectations with the schools. This led to 3 of our biggest wins. Drivers were able to hand out over 600 rewards for positive student behaviors. We were able to reduce the number of student referrals by 34% in just a 3-month period. And through collaboration, we have successfully provided over 2,500 additional rides to our students and the opportunity to participate in multiple new programs. The next pillar we concentrated on was people and culture. In people and culture, we wanted to be very intentional with our follow-through. This means doing what we said we would do. The 3 wins that we were able to harvest from people and culture are, from fall to spring, our employee experience survey improved by 0.42. This is a 10% increase. We were able to implement a comprehensive transportation department route communication system for specialized transportation in our district trips. And as a department, we were able to make over 356 positive parent phone calls home. It is evident that our continued focus on safety and operations is working because over 79% of people scored us out of 5. In the last 90 days, we have conducted over 30 department review and safety operations micro-trainings. Lastly, through grants, we have been able to obtain funds to update our fleet. With all the wins, we still have many opportunities to continue our improvement journey. In student success, we're working on finding opportunities to partner with the secondary schools to enhance student involvement. We would like to normalize drivers in classrooms and assemblies to reinforce bus safety and positive behaviors. In people and culture, we're reevaluating internal request forms to improve collaboration with departments and schools using stakeholders' voice. We'd like to eliminate barriers by assuring trip itineraries are always available for our drivers. Lastly, in safety and operational services, we're identifying more opportunities for staff and stakeholders to participate in our safety committee meetings. We are going to utilize technology such as safety management software, real-time monitoring systems, and communication tools to enhance safety measures and stakeholder collaboration. Here are 3 next steps. In student success, we are going to continue to build positive relationships between bus drivers, students, schools, utilizing positive incentives. In people and culture, we would like to incorporate stakeholder feedback to revise the internal request form. And lastly, in safety and operational services, we plan to revise safety plans, protocols based on feedback and the new safety data that we're collecting. We look forward to next year and continuing to improve.
Hello, my name is Kyla Portwood and I'm the Nutrition Services Coordinator. I'm excited to share our results for our 90-day rollout. One of the tools we use to analyze our data is our scorecard. Here you can see that we have our spring numbers, our goal, and our fall numbers. This gives us an opportunity to see our progression and our growth and do some deeper diving. Harvesting wins is a critical part of the process. It shows that the actions planned are indeed working. So these are some of our wins. Our experience for employee survey increased by 5.6%, an overall score of 4.12 out of a possible 5. We have created and implemented a comprehensive food production record system, which has allowed our kitchens to be more mainstream and able to communicate with each other better. And we have specialized training through the Institute of Child Nutrition, where we had them come out and take on trainings that we felt were relevant to our school district and our cooks and our lead cooks and our subs. We also increased the availability of fruits and vegetables, which was a big push this year. We added them to the salad bar. And we emphasized our sharing table to help reduce that waste. This year, we purchased 19.82% more produce compared to last year, and we still have a month to go. We also do some cross-department collaboration with our custodians, where they're helping us analyze the waste in which we have and seeing how we can make those adjustments to better fit the kids' needs. Collecting student feedback through surveys was a big push this year as well. We were able to either connect with them in the classroom or in the cafeteria to see what they're enjoying, what they would like to see more, or if they have any suggestions on what can be on the menu. Focusing on safety and operation services, we implemented lead cook purposeful office hours, allowing them to look at their email in the morning and in the afternoon and have Fridays for ordering and make sure that we're readily available when we're needed. We worked closely with transportation about the field trip Google document, and that allows us to make sack lunches for students, which we've made just over 1,600 sack lunches. But it also gives us the opportunity to see when we don't need to make as much food because students are off campus. We will always have opportunities to improve and grow, so we like to shine a light on our opportunities to see what we can do to continue our path of growth. Some of the opportunities that we identified were targeting training opportunities that help bridge the gap between people being introduced into the kitchens, like a sub coming in or a new cook coming in, and those long-term people that have that skill set already in place. We don't want to waste anybody's time, so we just need to be mindful about who needs to take what micro trainings. We also are working further on the food production records to make sure that we are up to date on all of our stuff so that we are in compliance with the USDA. We identified the proper serving styles for each age ability. That's one thing that we need to really focus on, like cutting the apples for the littles that don't have teeth or giving the older ones an apple as a whole so they can put it in their pocket so they can eat it in between class if necessary. We want to offer visual aids and additional guidance for these younger students to utilize the salad bar a little bit more effectively and safely to reduce cross-contamination or any of those barriers. Adjustments do still need to be made on field trip request forms so that we are more streamlined and able to communicate across the whole district. We also want to focus on effectively communicating the domino effect. So when somebody comes in and says that their class would like to eat 20 minutes earlier, if we can effectively communicate that becomes a barrier for us because we cannot cook 20 minutes earlier on a slow notice. If we can get a longer notice, like in the morning, then we can make those adjustments, even if somebody needs to come in a little earlier or what's needed. Through this process of development, we get to our next steps. And some of those will be creating the targeted trainings we spoke about before so that we're able to bring them back to school and do in-services and then do trainings throughout the year and continue with that progression. We want to implement those visual aids to establish consistency across all of the elementaries so that the kids are more equipped to utilize their fine motor skills to get in the salad bar. And we also want to collaborate and streamline some of our documents so that, again, all of us can be aligned. We have an amazing nutrition team and we are ready to do our next 90. Thank you.
Hello, Estacada families. My name is John Simpson. I'm the facility coordinator for the Estacada School District. Welcome to our facility maintenance portion of the 90-day rollout. Let's get started. Here's my scorecard as it relates to the last 90 days. As you can see, we have some wins and other opportunities for improvements. Some of the wins we've had over the last 90 days is we've aligned our department goals. We've analyzed systems to strengthen and improve outcomes, work order completion, cleaning scores, staff surveys, and we've also incorporated a new work order system for our maintenance department. Some of the opportunities that we're looking forward to working on is adjusting staff hours to better support district events. New request system will make collecting survey data a lot easier for our department. Rounding alignment with building leaders and custodial staff, allowing time for them to meet and talk about the building and how it's operating. System alignment with PDSAs, with staff and building leaders. Adjusting grounds and maintenance to work Saturdays, later start times to better serve weekend and district events. Our next step is to collect measurable data from survey feedback, staff meetings, rounding, and make data-driven decisions utilizing employee feedback to inform our decision-making process. Thank you for watching the facilities maintenance portion of the 90-day rollout. I'm looking forward to sharing our new data on our next rollout. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Christy Cheshire, the Director of Technology for the Estacada School District. Today I'm excited to share the Technology Department's progress over the past 90 days. I will highlight our achievements, opportunities for improvements, and the next steps in our journey. This is the Technology Department's fall to spring data and scorecard. As we review this data, we can identify two key opportunities for growth in our continuous improvement efforts, one in our student success pillar and another in safety and operational services. The scorecard also highlights our progress in other pillars, showcasing what we are doing well and what practices we should continue. Let's take a look at our wins. The Technology Department's focus in this cycle was in three pillars: safety and operational services, people and culture, and successful students. Our Leader Action Plan for operational services aimed to adopt adaptive services and improve communication to boost engagement and satisfaction. For our spring survey, the Technology Department received a top score for attitude, 4.83 out of 5. Another win is meeting with staff across the district and rounding meetings provided these key themes: approachable, solution-focused, and customer service-oriented. The spring survey also gave us our highest score for operations to date, 4.79, a 0.17 increase. We adopted a new engagement system, PASS, Proactive, Personalized, Adaptive Service and Support. This system creates intentional, quick engagements, allowing the tech team to identify needs before they become issues. During this cycle, the tech team had 825 engagements. We also updated our communication through the ticketing system, providing staff the opportunity to create immediate appointments with the team. 54 appointments were created directly with team members using this system. Our Leader Action Plan for People and Culture focused on enhancing productivity and reconfiguring spaces and allocating sufficient room to foster a more collaborative and efficient work environment. Employee feedback highlighted the need for workspace reconfiguration, leading to a win that allows our team to be more present in buildings and accessible to students and staff. The technology department is located in the operations building, away from the schools. The department was able to save funds for the purchase of a technology department vehicle. This allows the team to move equipment to and from buildings more efficiently. The technology department hired a new team member. This showcases our leadership's commitment to listening to and valuing employee feedback. Our team of 4 supports 2,363 persons directly. This is approximately 591 people per person. Our Leader Action Plan for Successful Students focused on educating students on identifying and defending against malicious online threats, fostering heightened awareness and protection. The technology department installed a TV in the high school commons where a safety slide deck plays continuously. This initiative has been very well received by the students. The tech department installed an iPad outside the high school tech office with a survey for the students. This survey measures the effectiveness of the safety slides and assesses how well the tech department is serving them. So far, 55 students have participated, with 82% reporting positive engagement. Here is some of the feedback that we received. One of the slides on the TV informs students that they can submit help desk tickets. As a result, students have submitted 235 tickets so far this school year. Now I would like to share some of our opportunities. For safety and operational services, our accessibility score dropped from 4.77 to 4.67. I am committed to identifying that gap. We need to develop a more efficient data tracking system for our staff engagements that captures data points reflecting the actual work performed, not just the engagements. For the people and culture pillar, now that our spaces are set up and organized, we need to develop a long-term process for their continued maintenance. During the spring survey, employee feedback highlighted the need for greater transparency and organizational level resource allocation. The first step in addressing this opportunity is to collect the data that inform this shared feedback. For the Successful Students pillar, we will continue collecting student feedback. This will enable the technology department to better tailor our services to meet the specific needs and preferences of our students. We plan to implement the safety slides in the elementary and middle schools, tailoring them to meet the needs of each age group. Based on our evaluation of these systems and the feedback received, we have identified the following next steps for our improvement process. Our Safety and Operations Services pillar, next step, we will create and implement an AppSheet site to manage staff engagements. AppSheet is a platform that allows us to build custom applications for data management. This implementation will enable comprehensive data tracking and provide a holistic view of the work accomplished through these engagements. Our People and Culture pillar, next step, I will conduct intentional roundings with the technology staff to gather detailed insights into concerns and perceptions regarding resource allocation within the district. This process will help identify specific areas where transparency needs improvement and inform targeted actions. Our Successful Students pillar, next step, the technology department will implement educational displays in the middle and elementary schools to teach students how to identify and defend against malicious online threats, fostering greater awareness and protection. These safety slides will be tailored to meet the needs of each age group. Thank you for listening to the Technology Department's 90-day rollout. We are excited to continue serving the students and staff and stakeholders in this community. We look forward to the next 90-day cycle and the opportunities it brings to enhance our students' experience.